Watch Dogs 2 is a colossal piece of poo, and I honestly don't know why I'm even so surprised. I'm not much of an Ubisoft guy myself. The impression I get from most of their releases is that they make perfectly fine products. The Ubisoft formula is very real, and it clearly had quite the impact on this game. It's the ultimate trifecta of RPG elements, nice visuals, and more gadgets and gizmos than you would ever need in a game. And I guess that's kind of what Watch Dogs 2 is. A crowd pleaser. Now obviously a video game doesn't need to be the godfather of its genre to be good, it just needs to be fun. And that's my point. It isn't. I went into Watch Dogs 2 with almost no expectations. Honestly, I've wanted to play the game for years now, I just never got around to it. Luckily, Ubisoft was giving away copies of the game for free, so I finally gave it a go. And after having played it, I don't know whether I'm supposed to be happy or furious. The best way I could describe my experience with the game is that it reminded me a lot of those YouTube channels where the focal point seems to be shouting, flashy editing, and general stupidity. There's a lot there, but there's just no substance at all, and that's what Watch Dogs 2 is. It's as wide as an ocean and as deep as a puddle, with an entourage of undeveloped, obnoxious characters that represent a range of personality types and tropes so ridiculously wide. Everyone and everything is represented in Watch Dogs 2 because that's the safer way of doing things. It's fascinating to me how many topics this game dicks around with, yet it's too scared to do anything risky or fun with the art form. It's like the most polite fart in gaming history. A game which throws basic narrative effort out of the window and instead opts for telling you everything in the most condescending and ham-fisted manner possible, while also making it feel like you're constantly on a bad LSD trip. At its best, Watch Dogs 2 is a confusing cobbling together of mediocre ideas. At its worst, it's a gaudy and annoying clusterfuck of what happens when you throw so much shit at a wall, the wall practically ceases to exist.
Consider this your DedSec initiation, Retro. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to bypass Bloom security doors and get inside. Then find and erase your personal CTOS profile.
Watch Dogs 2 begins by throwing you right into the action. We meet our main protagonist, Marcus Holloway, a young, self-taught programmer and hacker who was ostracized from his community after a false flagging by the algorithm. What algorithm? CTOS, specifically CTOS 2.0, which is the continuity from the other game for you. CTOS is a software which connects you and your devices to the many thousands of other devices within a geographic area, creating an Internet of Things. This software is owned by a company named Bloom, and you just so happen to be outside of one of their data centers. Your task is to delete your CTOS profile. This is also your test to determine if you're worthy of being a part of DedSec, an underground hacker group which aims to destabilize and take down Bloom. The main gameplay of the campaign involves you navigating a level and trying to reach a certain objective. If that's getting a key, downloading data, or hacking into a system. To assist you, you have several tools at your disposal. Weapons, your hacking abilities, and some gadgets you're going to pick up along the way. It's okay, the gameplay cycle. It kind of lacks the immersion for the stealth to really be enjoyable. It has that really annoying thing where you can tell that the AI is working off a very rudimentary if-else tree, rather than acting and changing their behavior dynamically. The gunplay is okay. They're super overpowered, mind you. I assume because Ubisoft was scared of filling their pool of potential customers who don't like stealth, but the gameplay ends up being just a pissy and diluted experience as a result. There's stealth, but there's no reward for it. There's gunplay, but it doesn't feel satisfying and it has no weight. There's gadgets, but they're just boring. Why play Watch Dogs 2 if hundreds of other games have done the things this game has tried to do, but done them better? Once our profile is gone and we decide to stick a backdoor into their system, we're shown a pre-rendered video which acts as the introduction to the game and its world.
Smart cities with CTOS, a citywide operating system merging big data with surveillance, security, and transit programs. Whistleblowers, activists, and hackers have drawn their battle lines, putting the establishment on watch. But are they threats themselves, or have they become freedom's last line of defense? Freedom's last line of defense.
You'll notice that this game has a really weird PSA vibe to it. It's practically littered with these pointless videos that don't really do anything other than go, hey, Bloom bad. Did you know Bloom bad? Bad Bloom is bad. They're really pointless and I don't even know what I bothered to include them, other than the we need to make it more like a movie factor. I guess this one kind of has a point, but come on, it's not a complicated premise. On to the next cutscene where our new cast of characters are sitting around a fire and talking about why Bloom and CTOS are bad again.
It's Big Brother and Little Brother all rolled up into one.
Wow, this is really gripping.
All that data in the hands of the government?
Look, I really don't care if you want to put ideology into your video games, but if this is how you think you're going to make these character introductions interesting, well then you have another thing coming, buddy. These aren't really characters, they're more just puppets which say the bullshit for the writers. It'd be nice if they could just at least tell me what their deal is. What do they do? How has Bloom affected them? Why are they doing what they're doing? And no, Bloom is bad, therefore I don't like Bloom is not an interesting character. Oh yeah, characters. The cool one, the social one, the funny one, the autistic one, the other one. That's basically all you need to know. A mysterious man approaches you and seems to swipe something from your phone. Though there's something familiar about him, you just can't put your finger on it. We pass out, wake up the next day in some rando's house, and title card. Not the worst introduction to a game I've ever seen. Definitely could have trimmed off some fat though.
Damn. I guess I was lit, huh?
Like Mardi Gras. Go get yourself something to wear, and I'll tell you where to go next.
All right, Satara, so where you at?
Sending you the location and the passcode for the door. Look, meet us at the hackerspace.
Where?
Check your pics and figure it out. Sending you the location and the passcode for the door.
So we go off to the hackerspace, which acts as one of DedSec's underground lairs, and there we're told that the main objective of DedSec is to gather processing power from the people. This will be accomplished by getting them to download the DedSec app, and this will allow us to tap into their processing power. So, get a reaction, get followers, get stronger. There's also a chance for us to meet some of our cast a bit more intimately. First to the engineering section where we meet Wrench.
Okay, so what's the research app do?
Widen our skill set? Make us irresistible to the gender of our choice?
What, so it's like a I know Kung Fu kind of deal?
If Kung Fu was a gender and not so 1999? Absolutely.
It's really difficult for me to put into words my extreme, bitter distaste for this character. It's not a personal thing. No, it actually is completely.
I think we're about to earn ourselves a vacation. Are you?
I always wanted to swim with dolphins. No, stingrays. Stingrays would be cool.
They end up with a grade A dolphin snuff video in the morning.
That's...
How's it coming along, guys?
So far, we vetoed stingrays and orcas, but dolphins are still on the table.
Apparently people like this character a lot. Why? Do people actually find his jokes funny? Sorry. Jokes. I found he was more of an instrument of pandering that Ubisoft could play whenever they needed the player to go, oh my god, Wrench is a nerd like me!
Yo! Come to see the magic happen? I'll let you watch while I do my thing.
If you wanted magic, maybe you should be watching me work.
Ho ho! Did Luke ride on Yoda's back? I think not.
I was always more of a name myself. On the leading Falcon, make City, blew up the second Death Star, killed a mustache.
Killer mustache. I want to chewy guy myself, with the arms, hand you hydro spanner, whatever it is, porno.
I can see that.
Dude, 1, 2, like, so tapes.
I'm good.
He's not really a character. He doesn't change. He doesn't learn anything. We really don't learn anything about him. I mean, I know that applies to all the other ones as well. So, yeah. I could do without him. Or them. So, about them. There's Horatio, who's a bland nothing character that contributes nothing to the story. There's Satara, who's basically the group's social media manager. That's it. She's not as bad as Wrench and Horatio, but that's like saying your face is more beautiful than a piece of donkey shit. There's Josh, who's the socially inept one, though his ineptness actually ends up making him one of the few unique characters in the entire game. Ironic. Still doesn't make him a good character. I would have liked if they developed him a bit, but they didn't. couldn't be asked. I guess coming from Dragon Quest XI was going to be a bit unfair to this game. There, each character was crafted with so much care and love. They got actual backstories, development, they learned things, they changed. You can clearly tell how their goals, their past, the people they have spent their lives with have shaped them as characters. It's printed on their personality, how they act, and even how they look and speak. They're likable because they feel human. A crew made of some pathetic loser whose entire gag is that he's a loud nerd who makes references, joined by two generic hoes, and fucking Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory doesn't have any effort put into it in comparison. Ugh. Let's get back to the game.
Marcus, guys, the Cyber Driver trailer just dropped.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Hey, don't watch it without me.
Meet you at the hackerspace.
I'm on my way.
In the meantime, the new trailer for the movie Cyber Driver featuring celebrity legend Jimmy Siska has been released. And of course, you just have to give it a watch.
Sound, we need a big screen, we need to be comfy, we need quiet.
Have you seen it yet?
No, man, I waited for you.
You're the best. Thank you.
Alright, everybody, we're gonna watch the trailer, shut the fuck up!
Shut up!
Speaking of development, it really bothers me how Marcus melts into his group without much of anything in the way. I know this could be explained with something like, he's just that sociable, or something along those lines, but I just see this as Ubisoft looking at the criticism for Watch Dogs 1 and just cranking the enthusiasm factor way beyond what is plausible. I don't know. I just feel like there's something much more satisfying in actually watching the main character mold into his group and come to like, learn, and appreciate them over time. You know, like an actual human being. Not even 20 minutes have passed and you're acting like you've known each other since you've sucked the bottle. The trailer's garbage, by the way, but we spot a fantastic opportunity to get a hold of the signature car and start getting a reaction. When we actually get to the place of production, the car is nowhere to be found. However, we do procure some spicy information about the movie's production, and Satara just so happens to know a paparazzi who's willing to buy the data for information on the car's location. We go to the creepy paparazzi guy, give him the juice, and he's like, oh, the car's is over there! So we go there, make it past the guards and nab the car. The chasing that ensues isn't really anything special at all, except the part where the game shoves in some classic abysmal social commentary.
Your face is too dark for my sensors to read.
What? Bitch, I'm black and I'm proud. Tell your sensors to calibrate that.
I have no reference for black.
No, of course you don't.
Witty.
Damn, Silicon Valley couldn't hire one brother?
Jesus Christ. At least the final objective makes up for some of the wins. You take remote control of the car and start racing it around the city. You're chased by police, there's a news broadcast, it's chaotic, it's decent fun. We shoot back to the guy from earlier, who appears to be a bit more entangled with DedSec than we initially thought. Turns out he's taken a special interest in us ever since we hacked into Bloom's service. In the meantime, one of DedSec's recruitment videos has been taken down by the Church of the New Dawn.
DMCA takedown. Annoying.
This is worse than annoying. This is a declaration of war. I will not be censored.
Who's New Dawn? Scientology, basically. You give us money, we give you salvation, yada 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 yada. We plan to organize a protest outside of their HQ and use this distraction as an opportunity to gain access into their files, specifically to dig up info on Jimmy Siska, who's the church's biggest spokesperson. We ruin their relationship and he speaks out against them.
For too long, predators have victimized the weak and the wounded under the guise of religion. The Church of the New Dawn is a scam.
Hey look, it's another PSA, except this one is going to reappear over and over and over and over again. They really don't have a reason to exist. They just...
Hey, New Dawn's a fucking scam.
The Church of the New Dawn is a scam.
Fake-ass church.
Predators have victimized the weak and the wounded under the guise of religion.
New Dawn keeps blackmail records of their celebrity shills, right?
Loyalty is bought through blackmail.
Waste your time, as does this entire mission. We go to their HQ and find out that Jimmy Siska is in a lot of trouble with the church, and with some clever disguising, learn of this terrible place known as the Red Room.
Okay, there are rumors about this place where they take church members who are having issues, and they don't come back for a really long time, if they come back at all.
So we go to the Red Room with very little fanfare, and what we get then is what I can only describe as a barrel of laughs.
Jason!
My name's not Jason, and I'm not with New Dawn.
I don't belong here, man! You gotta get me out!
Get moving, go!
Okay.
Wow, that was gripping. I could really feel the terror in this scene with the TV that was playing a screensaver and that chair that he wasn't even bound to. If he wanted to escape, he could just get up and throw the chair against the glass door. I kept thinking they were going for a Room 101 kind of thing, but like, it is just incomparable. Also, isn't this like a really bad idea by the church anyway? You're holding your biggest spokesperson captive. Do you not think that's a really bad idea? That's like if YouTube started going to the homes of massively popular YouTubers and just beat the shit out of them to keep them quiet. The worst part of this mission though is the fact that it's completely inconsequential to the rest of the story. It doesn't even have anything to do with Bloom. It's a glorified side quest. Get used to those. In the meantime, Home, a home electrics company, is now ready to roll out its new operating system, Home 2.0.
So tell us about Home 2.0.
Home systems are completely bulletproof. Your privacy is absolutely secure.
Bold claim, Steven.
And he challenges us to get into it. Unfortunately for him, it turns out that some of the early hardware batches have shipped with a 0-day exploit. So the plan, get a hold of the shipment and bring it back to Wrench. We do the thing and end up finding just what we were looking for. Once we find our way into Home 2.0, we decide to trial it on one of Holmes' demo homes.
Hey guys, the 0-day worked. I'm in.
What? What does that even mean in this context? All the security is still online, we still have to physically go to the thing and download the data we need, the electricity and everything is still running. What do you mean I'm in? You're clearly not! We retrieve the data and pinpoint where it's all funneling to. When we check the data funnel, we realize that there's way more data going into it than is reasonable. So we check into their data center across the road and tap into their system to see where it's all coming from. Once we have the data and Josh has skimmed through it,
oh man.
What?
Not cool. Way not cool.
Satara, what's he seeing?
Home's packaging users together to different streams and selling access to other companies. Mostly health insurance, looks like.
So what?
So you order pizza too often, your premium skyrocket.
And Home gets a kickback.
Wow, that's nasty. All of that data in one place means they can reject your fucking application before you click on it. Or your house, or your insurance.
Mostly health insurance, looks like.
So what?
So you order pizza too often, your premium skyrocket.
And Home gets a kickback.
Wow, that's nasty.
I like the narrative cliche of the character purposefully acting like a clueless idiot so the game has an excuse to dump even more pointless exposition on us. I mean, I did just see all of their employees spying on random people. I really don't think you need to further reinforce why this is a bad idea. Let's talk about the gameplay for a second. It's basically staled at this point already. I guess if you like unrewarding and pointless stealthish games, maybe there's something here for you, but it's unrewarding, pointless, and hardly stealth. Unlike other games, Watch Dogs 2 doesn't reward you for being stealthy at all. You can go run and gun and do whatever you want without penalty, so that's what I did. The game is really easy and boring because the AI doesn't know how to handle a wee boy with a suppressor going pew pew, so they all just die. The taser is also ridiculously overpowered. It's basically a suppressed gun, but it allows you to two-shot every enemy in the game. It's ridiculous. You may say, well, just stealth it then. But like, why? There's no actual reward for stealthing, so why should I bother? Why should anyone bother? You're just making it more difficult for difficulty's sake. That's really bad game design. Shooting everyone is just easier. Like, it's so much easier. So that's what I'm obviously going to do. Also, all the levels are basically the exact same. They just change the color palette every now and again. Same guards, same obstacles, same objectives, same puzzles. It's really tedious. But let's get back to the story. The final nail in the coffin is going to be for us to crash the Home 2.0 launch party. We're going to hijack the broadcast and I guess show the world some of our findings. What happens then is one of the most confusing cutscenes you would have so far laid your eyes upon in the game.
Sure you configured it properly?
Dude, I don't question you about crypto shit, do I?
Guys, shut up. I'm in.
here with the CEO of Home, who I'm told has a little
Always got a surprise for them, all right.
I brought our newest device with me, and I'm happy to announce the launch of Home 2.0.
Hell yeah!
Just a simple push of a button.
That's the DedSec logo. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you care to comment on that?
Nice!
Turn it off. We're done. We're done here. We're done.
I think the assumption is that we hacked into the home device on the show, but I can only see this one home device on the show. And when we hack into the news broadcast, nothing happens to it. What did we hack into exactly? I imagine the news network is streaming from his phone, right? But nothing happened to his phone. And even if, why are we putting our logo on the show? Don't you think this is a perfect opportunity to really expose this company on live television? Wouldn't this be an excellent time to place one of those videos here? But no, I agree. Let's just put our stupid logo on instead. That'll show the world our message.
Nice. Turn it off. We're done. We're done here. We're done.
Citizens of the digital age, welcome.
Oh, there's the video. Bit too late now, mate. All of a sudden, Josh is an absolute shambles.
Hey, man, what's going on?
I was looking at our numbers, how many people downloaded our app, how much processing power we had available, and that's when I saw it.
What?
A chunk of our followers and bots came from inactive or dead invite accounts.
So it turns out that someone at Invite, Facebook, has been boosting our numbers and followers. I'm just wondering why this even matters. Why are we making such a big stink about this? Yeah, okay, some twat added a bunch of bot accounts to your fan page. And? Isn't the whole point of the story that corporations aren't meant to be trusted at any cost? I feel like if a few bot accounts on the supposedly super epic hacker group's Facebook fan page is so detrimental to them, maybe they're not so super after all. I mean, I guess you could say that they're losing processing power, but the game never tells us, so I guess it doesn't matter. This is just ridiculous forced conflict that has no reason to exist. Oh wait, it does have a reason. It's time to awkwardly shove in a character reveal. So instead of just ignoring the bot accounts like rational human beings, our plan is to go to the Invite offices and physically hack into the CEO's laptop.
I'm in.
What? No.
Trying to figure out who boosted our numbers.
Why would you do that?
Whoa. What happened?
The flight clients just vanished. We lost the bots. What did you do?
Nothing. This isn't me.
Marcus, is this about time?
Oh no, it was a trap. Who could have possibly seen this coming?
Bet she drinks it with ice. I don't really need to introduce myself, do I?
I know who you are.
This is Dusan Nemec. He's the CTO of Bloom. He's like the only good character in the game. He's a prick. He's a good prick. I will admit though, I don't know about the part where he goes off about civilian casualties, even though never in the entire game is Bloom nor CTOS directly responsible for civilian casualties. So the reason he boosted our numbers is because it scared Silicon Valley companies into buying Bloom security. I would say this is a big brain play, but really those idiots brought all of this upon themselves. I mean, you have an app, right? Why not use the app to track your numbers? Why are you even on Invite in the first place? I understand advertising your app, but then why do you give so much of a shit about your follower count? Whatever, you have an obnoxious shootout with the cops, and when you make it back to the hackerspace, everyone starts sulking about the bots.
We look like a bunch of chumps.
Yeah. I know. At this point my head was sinking into my hands, so because a bunch of children don't think DedSec is cool anymore, most of the group have given up entirely.
You helped us find our voice. We took on the Giants and had one motherfucker of a run. Never thanked you for any of it.
Hey, why are you talking like it's over?
Isn't it?
Because why paint our characters as admirable and perseverant if we can just turn them into crying losers? At their own hands, remember? The system isn't unfair. They're just fucking idiots. Another reason why this forced conflict exists is because we have to introduce another new character.
You're not Ray. You're Raymond Kinney Ray. I still got your old hacker zines, man. I remember reading War Driver and gearing up my 10-speed, backpack with an antenna. Shit, I even used your old rootkit, man.
Fuckstick?
Yeah, hell yeah.
He's not really integrated into the plot in any interesting manner like Dushan. He's just a guy from the other game, and your main character likes him. So that's a good enough reason, I guess.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but your crew seems to have a lot of unfocused noise. You the leader?
Nah, man, it doesn't work like that. DedSec's got a rule. No personal armies, no leaders. What about you? What's your superpower?
Tactical coordinator or cat herder. Take your pick. I make DedSec go where it has the most impact.
DedSec's got a rule. No personal armies, no leaders.
Yeah.
Horatio has been such a non-factor in the story so far. I'm genuinely convinced they could kill him off on a random mission and nothing would change. Huh. Makes you think, doesn't it? The hippie one, by the way, also known as Ray, introduces the Bellwether, a stupid and pointless MacGuffin which is basically that thing that Bloom is doing. It only exists so from this point on any stupid, idiotic and pointless mission can be defended by saying that it's feeding the Bellwether! It could be removed from the game entirely and nothing would change.
You just multiply.
Yeah, we have a tendency to do that. What you call subliminal is a bellwether, Marcus. Somebody at Bloom's uses TOS to feed it data.
Wow, Ubisoft, your budget must have been over the roof for this one. The overcompensation is almost palpable. Let's just shove as many flashy colors, stupid animations and buzzwords into a cutscene as we can. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make any sense. It's flashy. Look how flashy it is. Look at that thing.
Look at all these things. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all this.
God help me. God help me.